in Sterling. I'm just double checking here that I'm actually live on my channel at the moment. This is kind of a weird time for me to stream. It's a Monday morning. I'm trying something a little bit different here. I just am going to put in a little bit of work on rebuilding San Sequoia. And I think that we are okay. I think that we're ready to go. Okay, everything looks good. Now I will occasionally try to look over and check out chat. I'll probably miss if you if you send something. I will try to check and give you a quick hello or something. Now here we are. We are in San Sequoia. We're rebuilding San Sequoia. This was the lot. It's a really large lot. It's a 50 by 40 lot, right here on the water side. And it had just a single family home on it and a massive lot. And I felt like, given the area around it, which is all entirely urban, right? I mean, it's an entirely urban built up area. It's right on the waterfront, which is going to be one of the most highly coveted areas in this city, that having a single family home there really didn't work. So I put in this row of townhouses, right? Sort of modern look, as if they've just been built recently, maybe in the last 5 years or so. And granted, right off the bat, I know that we don't have a mechanism in game for making townhouses truly work. Sometimes I've kind of gotten around it a little bit by using the roommate system, filling up the area that my family doesn't live in with roommates. What I usually do, though, is, let's say my family is going to live here in this unit, this end unit, because we've got this unit, this unit, this unit. We've got what I consider the railroad car unit, because it's very long and narrow, like a railroad car. They have apartments like that, a lot of apartments like that. Well, I don't know about a lot. I haven't done a study, but they have apartments like that in New York City, where it's basically just one room flows into the next, right? Very long, very narrow. So that's kind of, this here is kind of my railroad apartment, kind of sandwiched in here. This is going to be for someone who doesn't have a family. I mean, it's going to be the least expensive unit in this complex. There's no garage with this unit, although it does have an off-street parking spot, right? That alone is probably worth a lot in an urban area like this one. And then we've got this large unit here at the end, which is the only unit that has a 2-car garage. So this is a really big unit. It also has a really large yard here to the side. This would be a really big family type unit. The what I would do, though, is, like, let's say I have a family living here. Whenever the bills come due, I would probably divide the bills like in 5, right? In 5 chunks. And I would just have the family pay 20% out of their own money, and the other 80%, I would just cheat that money to them, right? I would just put in testing cheats true. That's the cheat code you need. And then you type in money, space, and the amount of money that you want them to have. So if the bills on this place was $100,000, I would have them pay $20,000, and then I would cheat $80,000 into their account to pay the rest of it, right? Right. Now, we're going to actually work on, because I'm probably going to use this in unit and this unit. Now, another thing that I do a lot is I don't necessarily play in these units, but I will put families that I want to be friends or to interact with my primary family in a build like this. Because I can take 2 or 3 different small families or 2 mid-range families, with 4 people each, put them into a build like this, or with a mod with the MC Command Center. I think you can put as many as 20 people in a family real easily. Twisted Mexi also has the full house mod that you can do that with. So I would just put them all in here. And since I'm not really going to play with a lot, it doesn't matter. then the lot looks like it fits the city, and the people I want my Sims interacting with are there in the city as well. But in this case, I'll probably put a family here in this unit and a family here in this unit. And I'll eventually go in and either remove or just kind of wall in the doors into the other units so that they will remain in the two areas that I want them in. And if I should go visit, I will only be in those two areas as well, the Sims I go with. So here's the unit I really like. This is the railroad car unit. Again, very long and narrow. Here on the first floor, we have our dining and kitchen area, a half bath, and storage. The second floor is set up for a living room and office. You could also use this as maybe a kid's bedroom or a guest bedroom, a sort of loft-style bedroom. Now, there's not a lot of privacy, but if you had kids, it would work, especially young kids, I think would be great. And if you're, a small young family and you really want to live in this area, this would probably be an inexpensive unit to get for that. And I have put a bathroom here specifically for that. Now, if you downloaded this lot and you're thinking, I am never going to put a bedroom here, you could take that unit out, this bathroom unit, because you do have a half bath on the first floor for guests. This just works if you're going to have like a guest bedroom here or use it as a bedroom at some point. One more floor up, we have the master bedroom with a sort of walk-in closet. Again, if you have Dream Home Decorator, you could put a true walk-in closet here. I've kind of just played around with the idea by putting in, the suitcase for clothing and then these lockers, these gym lockers, and a bathroom, of course. And then here, oriented the bed so that it looks out the windows at this incredible view, because even though it's a small place, in a complex of much larger ones, you still have a really great view outside of the water and the city across the bay. So it's very nice. Now, this is not the unit we're going to work on today. Oh, the other thing about this unit, you do have this small backyard space here, which is the smallest backyard space, of course, of the development. But you also get this rooftop unit, which is been partially covered by the overhang of the unit next to it. So you can use it pretty much in all types of weather. And in fact, one thing, I might put in some drains here. So when the water comes off that roof, there's drains for it. But you can use it in all sorts of weather. I put in kind of something. This is only base game and growing together. That's the other thing. So I've only used those 2 packs. So I put in something like an outdoor kitchen. If you have university, you could put an actual small fridge out here. So do that if you have university. But as it is, we've got a bar, we've got a sink, we've got a grill. We've got a great city view off this side, which you even have, some view of the bridge over there, right? Probably pretty popular here in town to have that sort of view. And then here off the back, a great view of the bay, of the harbor, and the towers across the bay and stuff like that. So that's one real big benefit of this apartment, I feel like, would be this outdoor deck space. And the other apartment that has deck space currently is this one here. I've not done anything with it, but this unit here would also have outdoor deck space. The unit that we're looking at today is mostly done. It is a sizable unit. It has a 1-car garage and space for one vehicle off street. So you could put 2 vehicles at this townhouse. The townhouse also has an income generating unit. So it has an apartment unit built into the first floor, kind of the sub basement. It has independent entrance on this side. And you can also enter from this side, right? So you can enter from this side. You could take that door out if you were extremely private, have just the one entrance. I left it like this because then someone who rented this unit in real life could use the laundry room here. Again, we don't have laundry with base game and growing together. But if you've got laundry day, then you could put the laundromat, a sort of laundry room right here with storage next to it. Since the garage is not terribly big, since it's not super big and there's not a lot of storage here, you do have a very small storage unit on this part. But the apartment itself is pretty nice. It's got a place to eat, a real functional kitchen, a full bath, of course, bedroom and living room. One thing I did at the bedroom was turn the dividing wall into a windowed wall so that from the bed you can look outside, see the view, see the sunshine, stuff like that, not feel as closed in that space. They also have a small patio here for entertaining. The main family patio has some landscape screening to offer privacy. They've got an outdoor kitchen, a place to eat, place to hang out, and some incredible views of the water. Now, upstairs, you're going to have our living, dining, office area, right? The first floor, kind of an entryway. Above that, you have the master retreat. This is a really large master suite. Got a bedroom area, a sitting area, walk-in closet, and a large bath, as well as a balcony on the front here. A little unusual, but I did go ahead and put a balcony out on the front side of this apartment. Gives you a good view of the bridge, right? Like I said, probably really popular with people to have a view of the bridge. And just to kind of see the street level and this sort of little bit of park area here across the street. The subway station, very close to the subway. These townhouses would be extremely popular, I think, because we are so close to the subway. You're going to hop right on mass transit. You're going to be anywhere in mere minutes. Now, here's my problem. Up here on the top floor, this is going to be kind of the kids area, and I'm not super satisfied with it. I do want 2 bedrooms with 2 baths, right? I don't really need 2 bedrooms with 2 baths, but I need to, one thing I need to put in down here, either down here or down here, I need a guest bath for this unit. I may have to move this stuff and build a guest bathroom like right here. I might also be able to put a guest bathroom here by the front door. I mean, in real life, I could. Maybe. I'm going to tag. So I've got 2 problems. I've got that 3rd floor, and then I've got to remember to put in a guest bath for this unit. Because in reality, this unit would have a guest bath. Probably right here is going to be my only choice. It's a little bit open to the rest of the house, but I do think I can manage it pretty easily there. That's what I think. And I don't see any place else to put it. Now up here, okay, so I'm really unhappy with this kid's room here. I want 2 bedrooms, I want 2 baths, and then I kind of had this idea of having this little kind of hangout area for them. Now, right off the bat, I'm talking, and for whatever reason, up until this point, I've had a real tough time kind of figuring this out. I am kind of getting an idea in my head right now of how to do it. Now, always up until this point, I felt like we needed to come up through here, and you have this big open space in the middle for the 2 rooms to kind of share and hang out in. I don't think we really need it that way. I mean, I could just do a bedroom here. In fact, you could have a 4-bedroom residence here real easy. You don't need a play area upstairs. But I could do a bedroom here. Put that there. And then we'll just take out this space. It won't make as many windows or as big a windows for the kind of hangout area, but that's probably not a big deal. Let me take this out. I'm going to probably redesign the bathroom here. So we do have now this sort of open place, a sort of general playroom area. And we've got two pretty good sized bedrooms that way. Because I want these to work for both teenagers and kids. And teenagers, I often think of, but usually they have like a full size bed, right? They go from a twin to a full size, a larger size bed, as they get into their later teenage years. So I need enough space to fit in, this 2x3 space where a full size bed would go. That's why I didn't like this other space. There was no place where that would really fit. Now, I am going to be left with a little bit of a quandary when it comes to the bathroom, but we could do a Jack and Jill bath up here where it's shared between the rooms. Maybe. Let's take a look here so we have to work with. I mean, this works as it is, to share. It actually works quite fine. The one thing I don't like about it is there's only one sink, and ideally there would be two. And the other thing I don't like is it wouldn't work as a guest bath. See, I need kind of just one all-purpose bathroom on this floor. Now, it doesn't have to have an ensuite sort of function to it. And if it didn't, we could put it here, a small hall type bath maybe. Or we could put it over here in this corner if we don't have them share the bathroom in between the two bedrooms. Or let's try this. Let's just drag this down here, right? Let's remove all of this stuff because I'm going to use it. Let me take this stuff out of here. Move this. And let's have just a really great sized bathroom. Maybe like right here. It's pretty big though. I don't know. It's pretty big. But we could bring it in a little bit like this. We'll bring it in like that. And then that's going to increase the area we have out here as kind of a hangout area. And we don't actually need two sinks. That's just more for realism's sake. And I don't really have to do it that way. In the end, I might change it and not do it that way, in fact. We'll take out this chunk down here. One thing I think, though, is I'm just so caught up in this idea that I need this sort of common area to hang out, and I really don't need a common area to hang out. I mean, to be realistic, I really don't. I could just make the rooms big enough that there's just not any need for that. I just had an idea in my head when I was designing it that that's what it was going to be. And so I'm kind of stuck on that idea, but it doesn't, it doesn't have to be that way. If I thought that it was two kids that could actually share, we could make one large kind of bedroom and then we could leave all of this open as a play area. But I don't think kids like to share. I never like to share with my brothers, so maybe not. Okay, so this is where we are. We're going to make this a bedroom over here. And a closet area here. So we have a place to put the bed, maybe a desk, right? We're going to put the bathroom in here. With a sink on each side of the door. That way these two kids have a little bit of, separation, a little bit of privacy. Maybe. I might not be able to do that. We'll see. Because I got to put the bathtub somewhere. We'll do this. We're going to put the two sinks here by the window, right? And then we can put the toilet here. And if we put the toilet here, we can put it inside a little closet. More like a lot of suburban homes are done, at least here in the United States, where the toilet is within a small closet. And that gives them a little more privacy from each other as far as that goes. And we're going to take this door and put it here. We'll grab a door and we'll put it here. We'll put that door back there. And we're going to take this out. So we're going to have a much smaller kind of common play area. In fact, really much smaller. But, that doesn't really matter. I don't think that's a big deal. Put that there. Because it does satisfy kind of what I had the idea of doing, which is having a play area in the middle, sort of common space for them to hang out, or a study area, or a place to play video games, or whatever it is they're up to. That does satisfy that. And then we only have a partial ensuite. But we could make it a full ensuite by doing this. We're going to have basically the same setup as we have on the other side, right? But turned at a different angle. And we will have a pretty good sized bedroom here for a kid. This will be our play space right here, which is actually kind of good. You don't need a lot of windows in a play space now that I think about it, because you're going to need space for like TVs, right? TVs and stuff like that. They're going to want just a big couch and a big TV and a big video game, and they're good to go. So we've got place to put the bed, again, a little desk area. It's basically just this here, just turned at a different angle. So not bad. And we'll put the closet here on the way to the bathroom. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that works pretty well. There aren't quite as many windows in this room as I would ideally like, but I think there's enough. I do. Just like I think there's enough here for this play space. And then my original vision is pretty much realized. I've got two bedrooms upstairs that are sizable rooms for kids, a place for them to hang out, and an ensuite bath, right, for both sides, a Jack and Jill bath that also acts as a guest bath because you can enter from the hall. So their guests don't have to go, through their bedrooms to get into it. And we can have this paint here. Like, so yeah, that's pretty good. I think that worked out well. We'll need to put in some clutter in there, like maybe a towel rack, toilet paper, some mirrors, stuff like that. One thing I would pretend with this, I know it's a little unusual. You have this giant window with the sinks right next to it. Now, either I'll put blinds here on the lower half of it so that it's a sort of Venetian blind setup where you can just lower the top half, right? So it just covers like from the waist down, right? So you have some privacy that way. Or what I would actually love that if we had these in game, they do exist to some extent, is windows that you can optify, make opaque, opaquify. Let's call it opaquify. So you can make them opaque, right? And you flip a switch and sort of an electrical current runs through a gas inside and causes the windows to go frosted. So that would be really great if, there's just a switch that when you want privacy, you flip that switch, it makes it go frosted and nobody can see in. Because I think that's what I would really put in this bathroom for that window in real life. But we don't have that in game, so we're going to have to try to figure out, something else. And I'll probably just use blinds on the lower half of that window. We're going to use some of the growing together stuff here real quick. And we are going to go ahead and we'll throw some, see what kind of blinds do we have to work with? Yeah, probably something like this, right? Good all-purpose. We can put it here on the lower part. We're going to make it half size. Like so. Whoops. I thought we might get some stutter off that, some sort of move objects on stutter, but it seems to be doing okay. So we're not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to pull those out again for realism. Just for realism. Of course, then it makes the mirror look a little wonky. Move that over. In reality, of course, those blinds would be a lot, not nearly as thick as that, right? And in fact, you could get the kind that actually are inside the window to go up and down. That'd be really cool too. And you've got some privacy there from the outside, from the outside. I am getting a little bit of stutter off that. One thing we can do is we'll have to go into this build in live mode or live mode, whichever you'd like to call it. So we're going to go in there real quick. And fix that stutter. The reason why I haven't been building this through live mode is because it's pouring rain right now in San Sequoia and it's all dark outside and I wanted like a bright sunny day when I was building this, just so the light inside is better. So you can see here, there, it's just pouring rain, but for our purposes, it'll be okay in this case. So we're going to go up here. And we do kind of see that stutter. So when it moves, it's kind of got a little bit of graphical interference. Super easy to fix with tool mod. We just scale one of the objects down by 1/100%, right? So we make it 0.999 of its original size. Instead of 100%, it's 0.999% of its original size. And then, of course, it is not, well, I forgot I shrunk it down. Give me just a second. Then, of course, it's not actually interfering with the other item. It's not on the exact same plane as the other item. It's a little bit set back from it. Not enough that you can tell it's smaller, but enough that it won't cause that stutter. In this case, I had shrunk this down by half, which is 0.50%. So we're going to make it 0.499%. Again, just 1/100% smaller than whatever you're currently working with. So we'll do like, well, that's not it either. Give me just a second. I got to remember the scale for the Sims. Okay, so I lowered it once, made it half its size. That's 0.75. So 0.749 is going to be 1/100% less than when I use move objects on. There we go. Okay. And then you can see there is no longer any of that graphical interference, right? So even from outside here, no graphical interference, and you don't get any of that stutter. Okay, so we're going to go back into build mode from the world screen so that we won't have those weather effects kind of getting in the way. That tool kind of trick there is also going to be very, it's very handy with the new windows. So like those big windows that I have on the kids level there that we were just looking at with the bathroom, those leave some graphical interference with the floor above them. I don't know if we'll see it in this case. It's not, no, we won't because we have a roof on here. We have a raised roof. But real quick, if we lower the roof down, right, all the way down, you can see right there, right? Now, those windows are meant for this size wall. They're meant for the standard size wall, okay? But on the floor above, they have this graphical interference because when they were programmed, they are almost, they're just a little bit too high. They needed to have a little bit more shaved off so they wouldn't just stick above the floor above. Well, that didn't happen. So, we get that graphical interference. But if you use the tool mod on that, if you need to, in my case, I didn't need to here because I have, the roof on it, right? If you need to, you can go in and make them, a 0.1% lower, like make it 99% of its size instead of 100%. It'll drop down enough that it won't break the floor above and you won't get that graphical interference. Now let's put in a little bit of paint. Normally for the closet here, I would use the closet system from Get to Work. Not Get to Work, Get Together, right? Or I might use the closet system in some way from Dream Home Decorator. Since we don't have those options, I'm going to just leave it open like this and then go in. There's a not too bad of a closet type of look in here. Where is it? Let's see here. Make sure we don't grab the wrong thing by mistake. This is always really good. I mean, I like this a lot, This new thing from Growing Together, it's pretty good. You can actually do two of those side by side, right? You don't need to, of course. One will suffice. Everything the sim needs, they can fit into one. And of course, Peacemaker did this great sort of wardrobe here as well. I do like this wardrobe. The colors fit pretty well with what the pack came in. And as you can see, I mean, he provided just a huge amount of colors for this, right? So almost anything you're going to want to use, he has a color for with that wardrobe. So I'm going to go with it for now in a blue. We're going to grab a bed for our sim. I am going to make this particular room, let me take a look here. It is just a little bit bigger than this room. Well, not really. No, they're the same size. I guess it doesn't matter then, but since it's got more windows, we're going to give it to the older kid. That's where I'm headed towards. I'm going to have kind of an older kid and a younger kid, so like maybe a teenager and then a younger kid. And we're going to go ahead and give him, the teenager, a double bed, right? A double bed and a package of condoms because chances are he's going to want to sneak somebody home and we don't need any more infants. We don't need any sort of accidents of any sort happening. So we're going to give him a double bed and talk about responsibility and then we're going to, I don't know, cross our fingers and hope really, really hard that somehow he was listening. Probably not, but somehow he was listening. This is The Sims, so he might be wanting some drama, some baby daddy, baby mama drama. Never know. I say I guess it could be for a young lady. I'm kind of making it for a male sim. You could do it for a young lady, though, that's for sure. We're going to put a desk in here for this guy. I kind of like this desk, you know, with its frosted back. That's also with the new pack. It's super cool. But I think we'll go with this in a dark blue and kind of keep our theme rolling. Kind of do some blues. And he's going to need a computer, of course, for this space, right? Right. He is just a teenager, so we're not going to give him the most expensive computer, but this is like a pretty good computer. The all-in-one powerful PC looks like exactly what he's going to need. And then we can, well, real quick before we leave here, I'm not getting any clutter in here right now, but let's go ahead and we'll throw in a couple of nightstands, a couple of tables in here. I love these new tables. These are some of my favorite items from the new pack, are these sort of mirrored, you know, metal constructed tables. Very cool. Very, very cool item with the new pack. And let's give him a rug under his bed as well. Mm-hmm. We'll go with that one. This is one of my favorite rugs. I use this little circle rug for like all the time, especially for kids' rooms and stuff. I use it a lot. Put it like that. Now over here on this side, we're going to have the younger kids' room. You know, he doesn't have as many windows. His view isn't as great. He's probably waiting for his brother to go off to college or reform school, and then maybe he can have his room, right? Maybe. So we're going to give him a bed. Let's see. We've got a new growing together bed here. Oh, that's cute. I kind of like that. Yeah, I like the little look on that. We're going to go with this. You know, I'm saying let's make this room, maybe I'll put a little girl in this room. I don't have a family yet for this place. I'm going to have to make a family. But maybe a little girl for this room. What kind of colors do we have? That's cute. Okay, that's super cute. Looks like birthday cake. I'm going to go with that. Let's give her this ceiling fan, right? Super cool ceiling fan. I haven't put a light in the guy's room yet. We're going to give her the plumb bob ceiling fan. Let's see here. Does it come in other colors? It does come in other colors. Comes in a white. We've got, let's go with that green with green blades. I love that. And we're going to give him one too. We'll go ahead and put one in his room. Here it is. And his, of course, will be blue because blue is his favorite color. And he wants everything in blue. Mom, come on. Like, I want everything in blue. How many times do I have to tell you? She's a little more easygoing. She likes all the colors, right? She's got all the colors on her bed here. I'm guessing this does not light up, right? Because it didn't light up when I placed it. So I'm guessing it doesn't light up. So we're going to go in and we're going to grab us a little disc-shaped light here. I guess just that color. And we'll put it in there. Then they have some light and the ceiling fan both. Again, we're getting that stutter, right? The graphical stutter. Yes, we can go in a little bit and we'll either make the light fixture slightly bigger or we'll make the fan slightly smaller. And that will take care of that stutter. In the meantime, okay, she likes all of the colors. Let's grab her. Hello, Nintendo Entertainment System Pro Gamer. Hi, hello. How are you? If you're still here, I hope I caught that in time. Every so often, I try to glance over, and I see that you left a message there. So I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day here with the kids' rooms upstairs. Let's give her this like that. Again, because she likes all the colors. She likes the rainbow. So let's see here. We're going to need maybe this. Let's see. Something like that. Let's get a lot of little really wild coloring going on in here. Again, because she's kind of a younger kid, and sometimes when you're younger, that's when you're going to be like, no, I want everything. You know, I want all the colors. Then as you get a little bit older, you're kind of like, well, you know, you start to get a little cooler. I'm going to scale it back a little bit. So we're going to create her. This is going to define kind of her bed area, right? And define her bed area here. And then over here, we are going to have a closet. Normally, it's just kind of large for a closet. Because again, normally I'd probably use the get together closet, which just takes up 2 tiles. So let's go ahead and we'll divide that off. We might put a small desk here, or maybe a craft area. Let's take a look what we have to work with. There are a lot of crafting things in this kit. When I get into sort of cluttering everything up, I definitely want to come back and throw in some of the cool clutter stuff for kids, like the board games, a little craft projects, art projects, stuff like that. Let's put green over here. And that looks really cool. And we are going to give her a computer too. We're going to give her a laptop with a glowing keyboard, right? A little sort of undulating, lit up keyboard. And a cool chair. Something maybe, let's see. Oh, no, not that. I got to remember, I'm only using base game and growing together, right? That's all we're using here. Base game, growing together. So we're going to have to use maybe, that's pretty cool. And the green does match. So let's go with that. So we got that. We've got some greens, some reds, some blues, all the colors going on. The other thing I'd like to put here is, well, a dresser. We'll put a dresser or something to represent the closet in here. Maybe that, I don't know. Nah, let's see. What's in base game? This is always cute for kids, right? It's got kind of a kid look to it. I like that one. For one thing, it's got some green in it, and it's got all those different colors, right? So we're going to go with that. We're going to pull it over just a little bit. Well, not. I guess maybe it's supposed to fit 2 squares. I'm still going to pull it over a little bit. What I would love to do here is be able to fit in a toy chest. We got this one. I always think kids love trains because my son loved trains. I think he still likes trains, but of course he's older now, right? He's 14. He is not going to play with a train. But I always think of trains with little kids. Let's give her one with trains on it. And now he just likes to travel by train now. He's totally into like taking train trips, stuff like that. He and I have done a couple of things along those lines. I guess not. These are the playhouses we have. I was thinking about putting a playhouse in here. I guess we could do that one. I want something kind of fantastical, kind of cool looking, right? Let's go with that. It's very cute. Very, very cute. And let's move this over just a little bit. That's not too bad for a kid's room. And since we're not going to try to fit anything else there, well, you know what we could put there? We could put it either here or here. We should put a bookshelf in. Kids don't read them enough, right? They kind of do. That's kind of a stereotype. I actually think kids read a whole lot more than parents actually say they do. And I'll tell you why. Because parents and teachers and stuff, a lot of times, they only count books to read. And the fact of the matter is, there's a lot more ways of reading than just a book. My son read and still reads all the time online, right? Because a lot of stuff that you do online, when you're talking to friends, when you're hanging out, even some YouTube stuff, some YouTube stories, all that sort of stuff. A lot of times that's reading. There's a lot of text stuff that goes into it. So I think kids read a lot more than they get credit for. And hell, my son basically taught himself to read by playing Pokemon. He wanted to play Pokemon so bad, and he was like only 6 years old or something. And I was like, maybe even a little bit younger, maybe just turned 6. And I'm like, son, it's too old for you because you have to read all this stuff and you can't read that much yet. He could read some. He could read a little bit. I'm like, you can't read that much yet. This is just too old for you. But I went ahead and bought it for him. So he was shut up about it, right? Like, fine, I'm going to get it for you, but I'm telling you, it's going to be really hard. And I'm not going to sit there and read it for you, right? Don't bring it to me like every other screen saying, Daddy, what's he saying? Daddy, what is he saying? Daddy, nope, don't do it. Well, of course, that is exactly what he did. He brought it to me like every other screen. Daddy, what is he saying? Daddy, what are my choices? And finally, I was like, son, I'm busy. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I can't sit here all day doing this. And so he taught himself how to read. I'm not kidding. He totally knuckled down, and because he wanted to play Pokemon so bad. And I wouldn't read it for him. And so he just figured it out, really, really put his mind to it when it came to it. Not, like I said, he knew how to read a little bit, right? And he knew some phonetic tricks for reading. But by and large, he definitely made a lot of leaps on his own just playing Pokemon Go. So I'm going to credit Pokemon Go with teaching my child how to read. I helped a little. I'm sure school helped a little too. Let's see, what kind of stickers do we have? I think we have some new ones with the new pack, right? Stuff like this. I love that. That's super cute. That's a little bit too young, I think, for a kid's room. It feels more like an infant's room, but at the same time, kind of what I think is this is a sort of room he's grown into. She has grown into. I say he a lot because I have a son, like I said, and so I think a lot in terms of he. But this is maybe a room she has grown into. So maybe some of that stuff is still kind of held over, Let's put that over there. So maybe stuff like this would still be here as just kind of a holdover from whenever she was little, Right here, maybe make it a little bit smaller. I don't know if I want to. I'm going to say no. If I can't use it full size, I don't think I'm going to use it. Nah, we're going to leave it off. Let's take a look here at the other. But I do love it. It's very cool. I do like it. We've got stuff like this. Now, that might work. Because it's designed to go higher up, kind of, like a tree, right? Let's pull this down here. Oh, you like this game? Awesome. I'm glad you like it. This is The Sims, of course. The Sims 4. It is a pretty cool game. I really like it. It's great. It has great gameplay. It's also great if you like building. If you like building, like making characters. It's a lot of fun. And it's really great if you like to tell stories, as you're kind of doing stuff. Have some stories in your head. I really like building. I like storytelling, but I also like playing it as a game, and I play it a lot just as a game. I don't think we're going to be able to use. Oh, but that is so cute. I love that. Okay, we're going to use that one. Let's put it over here. Let's take this one off. I love the little sloth there. That is so cute. And then let's move these over here. Maybe. Guess we could do half and half. Maybe. Let's take that out. That is so cute. I love that. I actually went on a vacation on New Year's Eve, and it was a cruise in the Caribbean. And one of the little tours we took off the ship was to go, like, visit a sort of refuge, and they had sloths there in Honduras. And they were so cute and they were so sweet. They really are sweet. They're heavy. They're heavier than they look because you could kind of hold it, pet it a little bit. And they definitely are heavier than they look, but they are cute and sweet. So I'm going to put the sloth. The sloth wins. Sloth wins that spot. And then are we going to, what's this here? That is recreational area. That's kind of cool. We've got this, no. This is probably enough. This is really not too bad of a room. We've got a lot of really cool stuff going on. I'm going to pull the rug over here a little bit more. So like when she's playing, she kind of has a little rug to sit on instead of that hard floor. We could maybe even go a little bit more like that, right? And then when she goes out of bed in the mornings, it's rug. When she's playing, it's rug, right? Okay, so we've got everything she needs. We've got a bookshelf. We've got a place to put clothes. We've got a place to hang out on the internet and access to the bathroom. Let's take a look here. I don't have a whole much longer I can do on this today because I actually have to go meet my son. I'm going to go meet my son today for lunch. He and I are going to have lunch today. I'm going to check him out of school, take him to get a little lunch. And I'm going to have to start getting ready for that in not too much longer. If you've been watching today and enjoyed it, please hit like, subscribe, and notify, of course. We're going to continue building this, and we're going to continue later today touring the Fantasy Save file, which has a ton of great fantasy saved builds. Every world has been converted to either elves or fairies or sort of a kingdom, or as we've recently been going over, cyberpunk, right? Sci-fi was one. This one's also kind of science fiction that we just got finished doing called Cyber Shuno. So cyberpunk, very cool. That will be happening later today. Let's see here. For the teenager, we're going to give him a couple of movie posters. There we go. A couple of things like that. Guess we could put them side by side, maybe. Give us some balance. And then there's also a great new travel poster, with this pack. Growing Together. We're going to put that in here as well. Maybe his family went to visit Windenburg. He got a great poster, kind of in blue. Kind of like those guys are kind of in blue, the malpractice guys. Back here behind his bed, I don't know. We could do an accent wall kind of like we did with the kid. I'd want something a little more sophisticated maybe than we did with the kid. That's my thought. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I've used a lot is the new wood siding from Growing Together. This stuff, I think this looks really cool on a wall. I've done this in a lot of this build. See, I think that looks really awesome as kind of an accent wall type of wall treatment, I guess you might call it, right? Got this great look to it. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to work it all around that edge. He likes blue. That's totally blue. That's for sure. And then maybe we could leave that alone. We don't have to put anything else above the bed, but maybe we'll throw something else up there. Let me look at these light fixtures. Give him something kind of modern over here by his bed. Pull that out just a little bit so it's not intersecting the window. There we go. Also, we're going to need a light here with this particular ceiling fan as well, which again, we will have to fix later using the tool mod. And then let's grab some sort of artwork, I guess, for over here by the bed. Something cool. I don't know what. Got something like that, of course. Maybe. We got this. That's pretty cool. It's got a lot of colors in it, right? Maybe. We got this. I love this poster. This is just like a sort of like marketing poster from like Get to Work for the retail side, right, of Get to Work. But I always think it has this just really cool look. It's got almost kind of a rock star sort of look, kind of like, I don't know, like maybe from the 80s or something, you know, that kind of look. So let's center that up a little bit. That looks good. I like that. And it's got some blue in it, right? He's totally into blue, so he's got some blue in it. Now, later on, when we continue working up here, we'll have to go ahead and do, like I said, maybe a video game area out here, maybe some place to play games, like board games and stuff. Big thing with the pack, the board games. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and clear out for now. So please, again, hit like, subscribe, and notify. And as always, as I always say,